Oh, crap. You both. I don't know what happened over here, but hey, we made it through the cold. We made it through the snow. We made it through. We made it through the goddamn ice. Now, here I'm in Indiana where it's cold, honey. It's cold and snowy. Yes, it's snowy around these parts here. So we done made it through. This weekend was crazy. I want to get the heavy stuff out the way first of all. So welcome to Night Talk Uncensored with your girl here, Angela Hogue, otherwise known as Word on the Curb. I come in here tonight talk shit. So if it got the internet in shambles, we talking about it. If it's messy, we talking about it. Best believe we're going to be talking about somebody tonight. Yes, the tea is hot. Opinions are reckless. Welcome to Night Talk Uncensored. So you've been warned. It's going to get messy. We're going to talk real talk, the kind of talk people talk after midnight. So, if you got little children around, you might want to guard their ears. Because it's going to be a messy show. Messy, but I would say things need to be said. So, like I said, we started out, we done made it. We made it through. There was a situation, I believe it was in Texas, where 3 little boys did lose their lives. There was a mother, her 3 boys. I think they were either on ice but it was a pond or something. And the little boy stepped in it and one tried to save the other and it all kind of went that way. So there are 3 little boys. I know last year, my cousin, her son had friends that happened to, and one little boy did lose his life. So, yeah, so this is incident happened in Texas. Like I said, they're probably, they're not used to ice down there, but these 3 little boys lost their life. They were all brothers, and the mother tried to save them. She could save them. She did like a little interview or something. So, then you got the internet detectives on there talking about, oh, something ain't right. You know how they say, yeah, something ain't right in the Kool-Aid, something, all that stuff. I don't know if I could be even talking to anyone about a situation and that happened to me. So, yeah. So y'all come in, like up the videos, please share. I'm trying to get myself back into this algorithm. So, did y'all get a chance to see the video this weekend from Minneapolis and the protest down there? That pissed me off, something terrible. I mean, pissed me off. I watched it because I happened to be watching Don Lemon. And I'm like, what the world's going on here? Another person had been taken out by ICE. And when I seen the video, all of you tread on me motherfuckers, y'all got a lot of motherfucking nerves. Oh, he had a weapon. Oh, it was loaded. Kyle Rittenhouse went to a whole damn protest with his weapon loaded and shot people. But y'all wanted to say something about this man and like he deserved what happened to him. Then the videos come out, because they try to act like he was an agitator. That I'll put this on up here. He was an agitator and all these things. You look at this scene here. Just look at it. This is disgusting, motherfucking disgusting. When I saw it, I just could not believe it. I said, they did him like a dog in the street. How in the hell do you come back from this? And these people, hopefully they're starting. I heard today that some names have been released who was, some of the men that were involved, but to just straight point blank do this to not even just an American citizen, just to a human being. Because not much after that, I seen a black man get gaffled up. Now, I'm telling y'all, you can support some other kind of way, but black people, stay out of them streets. Stay out of them streets. Let the other people protest, because they'll do worse to us. But what they did to him was terrible. And they came out with a narrative that like he was brandishing his weapon and all those things. No such thing. He had a phone in his hand. He was trying to save a woman. That is the problem, So, since it's been a white man that this had happened to, people are up in arms. It wasn't good enough that it was a white woman that it happened to. But when you had all these different angles and videos of this, and we see this, people go, we ain't used to seeing it. No, you're not used to this happening to a white man. That's what it is. And this is totally crazy, but a lot of black people live with situations like this with the police. I said, but shit, ICE is worse than the goddamn police. It is. And they thought they could just do whatever they want to, not even thinking about, okay, what happens when the administration changed? You don't think they were going to actually investigate you? You don't think you're ever going to get investigated? You can just do what the hell you want to do. Go and kick in people's doors, snatch them out the house, snatch people out the cars. One lady was even SA'd while she was in custody. So as I was watching the videos Saturday, and I even had made a clip, but I don't feel like pulling it up. But one of the ICE agents did say that this is like, this after they did what they did to him, this is like a game of I'm not a gamer, but the game Call to Duty. Isn't this cool? Motherfucker. You don't get no do-overs. People don't just die and then get a new life or get a chance to come back. It's not a video game. It's for real. And someone got all in my comments and said, that was probably the cameraman. Why would the cameraman say that? This was the cameraman for Associated Press. That was someone, one of those ICE people said that. Why would the protesters say that? That it was cool. They're not able to come out armed and brandish their weapons like ICE can. They can't do any of those things. So that's them. So this whole situation with this man, he was trying to save, I'm not going to say this man, Alex Pretty. He went over there to help a lady because they pushed her real hard. He's over there trying to assist her. They go and pepper spray him, pepper spray her. Are you kidding? And the first thing that comes out of that damn Christy Knowles mouth, well, he was lying. Then so, not even saying, well, let's see what, let's get the information and we can do an investigation. No, they ain't investigating shit. They covering up every motherfucking thing. This is nothing but a pack of criminals. And then the damn attorney general had the nerve to contact the governor and say, well, we'll pull the ICE out, if you send us the voting rolls. What? What does those two things have to go together? What does this mean? The voting rolls. So we're already trying to figure out a way to cheat in the upcoming election. Or either you got some burp your ass trying to figure out how you lost in 2020. I don't know. But it sounds really, look, my glasses. That sounds crazy. So, today, you crazy man in charge of the country, the little demented 47, he had the crazy rapper. Oh, he had her to come on stage. Let you see how this heifer was tap dancing for this fool here. But we find out, everybody kept saying, she's an immigrant. So not only is she an immigrant, she's an illegal immigrant. So she's over there tap dancing. Let's just see him and her together. Let's see this. Here we go. So we had Don Lemon.
To the U.S. and you get a gold card and then you become a citizen, right? Nicki Minaj has received Donald Trump's gold card, which grants her U.S. residency. There you go. Told you. Told you. She got a gold card, a citizenship card. She has received the gold card, which grants her U.S. residency.
So she received the gold card. And here she is with her favorite guy.
Hello guys, I'm with my favorite president, the best president of all time.
And I'm with the queen of rap.
Hello guys, I'm with my favorite president, the best president of all time.
Huh. They said tap dancing over here. Let's see what some of these comments say. Look. Nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday. You ain't not lying ever. Look, so isn't she supposed to be putting out an album in March? When that was supposed to happen? Who's supporting this? Look at her. Here's some more tap dancing.
Good to see you. Great.
See, they forgot I was here now. They came in for
We still love you, Mr. President.
Where did they go?
Lord have mercy. And this here too.
Presence. And by the way, how well did she do on stage with the president?
Thank you. I was very scared.
You look pretty good behind the seal, by the way.
Thank you.
I must admit, your competition, which really isn't competition, didn't really look good behind the seal when they were with Kamala Harris.
Oh.
Just saying.
He just said her competition didn't look good behind the seal. So he's talking about Cardi B. Right now, I would much rather be Cardi B. I think, well, I would put it like this. Evidently, she must be retiring from rap. She has to be. I guess she's up there doing cartwheels, yesa, massa, all that tap dancing for the dang on president because she wants that residency, citizenship, or whatever it is, and possibly maybe getting her husband off the pedo list or offenders list. So she did her very best tap dance, twerk, backed it up on them and all that kind of shit. So she could, I swear, y'all cancel Nicki Minaj? Because y'all canceled the hell out of Chrisette Michelle, whatever her name is. Y'all canceled. I love her music. Y'all canceled the hell out of her. All the lady did was went over there and sung. Nicki Minaj told him her favorite president. She talked about, they kill me with this shit. I mean, really kill me, girl, bitch. I guess hopefully it's worth it. And she can go on about her married life and don't come out with another album. Y'all need to cancel that ass big time. First of all, especially when she was up there with that white lady talking shit about black women. And then was talking about the gays. Because I know none of them motherfuckers buy your album or your CD or stream your music. You see Trump doing like this to her music? Hell no. What's some of the songs she made? Look, I can't even think of it. I don't even know. I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling my... And that's because Beyonce song on that. Nicki Minaj. Oh, Nicki Minaj. We're going to just have to let you go. And you go over there and love life with MAGA and enjoy them. Because we're going to have to go this. Say it again. Oh, fuck you. I can't stand when they be shucking and jiving for a man like this. I can't stand it. I can't, But I guess she wanted it bad enough, honey. Get her citizenship. They said she came to the United States when she was 5. She's undocumented Trinidadian, or whatever you want to call her. One of them. So, I guess. Well, anyways, let's move on to the next topic. In entertainment news still, we've heard about Ray J. And Ray J is having health problems. He went into the hospital, was it last week? Let's a little piece of hair. Last week or the week before for pneumonia. And he ended up having like heart problems or something. They said his heart is only working at like 25%. So he said the doctor told him that he wouldn't probably see 2027. I'm like, don't they make pacemakers still? Don't they? Because he was on stream talking about it. Let me make sure I still got that up there. But he was on the live talking about it. And he said his kids would be taken care of. He said his sister, Brandy, had been paid his bills for the year. And I'm like, oh, well, that's like my phone trying to talk with Siri up here. Siri, look, be quiet.
Something
girl.
went wrong. Please try again.
Siri over here trying to listen to my conversation and telling me what's went wrong. But anyways, so we want to send prayers over. Some people don't believe that it's true. Some people think that maybe he may be lying. I don't know. I wouldn't lie about anything like that. If that was me. Let's see if I can find out. Here we go, Ray J. So let's go over here.
A rap for me.
No, don't say that, brother. Don't say that.
That's what the doctor
No.
said.
Fuck the doctor. No,
Alright,
don't
fuck
say
them
that.
then.
Because when you say that, you're confirming what the doctor
That's
said.
what they said. I don't
No. Fuck them.
But
Fuck what they said, brother. You're
guess
gonna live
what?
long.
Guess what?
You're gonna live long to see your children grow up. Yes, nigga. Nobody ever told you this. You're gonna live long to see your children grow up. Have children too. Real shit. Nigga, nah, nigga. Fuck what doctor tell you your time is done. No, fuck that. Nigga. Your neighbor is a doctor. So watching this and you think that Ray's days are counted, I'm here to tell you.
It don't matter if my days
No, they're not. His days are not counted.
But guess what?
More life to the brother.
My baby mama gonna be straight.
More life to the brother.
My kids gonna be straight. If they want to spend all the money, they can spend it. But I did my part here.
That's okay. But we're not gonna spend.
I'm not gonna let that play. But yeah, he said his baby mama gonna be straight, his kids gonna be straight. He must got a good life insurance policy or something. I don't know. I would say well wishes, and hey, you know, there may be, you know, something they can do still, but he didn't have a pacemaker put in, or, you know, something. If his heart is only working at 25%, seems like they would be able to do something, I would imagine. I don't know. You know, so Ray J, I feel sorry for you. And hopefully you get better. So from there, we're going to talk about dear Ray J. Somebody got all of us Gen Xers going crazy now. He didn't pop back on the scene. He didn't cut his dreads off. And he said, let him know. That's right. The king of the South. He back rapping. As with dead body and all. I said, look at T.I. Now, we went to a Caribbean fest in 2024. It was in Cancun, and T.I. performed. And I enjoyed it. You talk about somebody had a good day on time. I enjoyed it. And so I'm excited, you know, that T.I. is out there performing still, giving us something. And, you know, they gave us old heads, gave us some, you know, something to, you know, get up and, you know, dance to. You know, because all these new rappers I don't know nothing about, you know. But, you know, I'm like, I know T.I. I know him. So, you know, he didn't pop back on the scene. He didn't put us out a new single. So hopefully a new album or whatever. I don't know, you know. He cut the dreads off, you know, because they made fun of him about his hair. He said that wasn't his head of hair, but honey, he didn't change up. So I'm like, okay. T.I. done changed up, and you know, we got a whole new thing going on. So I'm excited, you know. New music, old heads can get out here. We can dance, do our little TikTok dances to to let them know. So also, oh goodness. Also, we have before I get out of the political corner, I did want to bring this to light. We had Ilhan Omar, the state representative, congressional representative from Minnesota. She had been basically a guy that was there at a town hall attacked her by throwing something on her. And it turns out this guy is supposed to be some right winger that basically says that she should you know, not be in office anymore and things like that. And, you know, came up there and sprayed this stuff on her. And you know what I did like? I thought I shared it. What I did like when he came up with and did that to her, you know how people say fight or flight? Honey, she wasn't flighting. She was about to fight. She put her, I said, oh, shoot. Little mama, honey, got a little temper. Yes, honey, because I would have been the same way, ready to swing. I'm short in stature. And honey, I would have been ready to, you know, she had to get herself together. So we got Trump out here talking about, no, she just sprayed her own self. But the man has been arrested. I thought I had the video somewhere. If not, I'm not going to worry about it. But the man has been arrested and he's been charged with something. I don't know. But, you know, it was a white guy that came in there They said his family member said he's a Trumper and he hates Somalians. And we know that Ilhan Omar, she is a Somalian. So, which is just, it's just very disgusting for a person to do that to someone, because you don't know what he sprayed on her. Someone said it was supposed to be, me and my mom was talking about it, that they said it was apple cider vinegar. That's how we know that. Could have been piss. You don't know what that shit is or what he didn't put in it. But she continued her speech. And I don't know, my phone is doing something weird.
Sorry, something went wrong.
Continued her speech and, and let people know today she survived. Or was it yesterday? I'm trying to make sure my phone is down because I don't understand why it keeps coming up like that. But yeah. So what else we got going on here? So those come in. Look, it works better when y'all come in and talk with me. Don't stay in the bushes. Let's chat. So let's see here what else we got going on. I said, I'm trying to remember all my little topics. I thought I had them all up here. But let me go back here. So other than that, yes. And if you're into the Housewives like I am, we know we had the season finale on Sunday for Real Housewives of Potomac. And what has happened with the Real Housewives of Potomac? Your girl Angel Massey has basically been like attacked by the some of the viewers. And they have went onto her her business site and did reviews based off of what we seen on TV. So here it goes. I thought, oh my goodness, who does this? Some people need to really touch grass. Touch grass. And these shows are for entertainment purposes. And a lot of times things are happening, production does whatever, but really. So it says, Real Housewife, this is from Neighborhood Talk, Real Housewife of Potomac, newbie Angel Massey condemns fans for leaving negative reviews about her business because the cast girl trip was ruined. She goes on to write on, I don't know if this is X or whatever, could be Instagram. It's a disgusting behavior. This is just the tip of the iceberg of what I have endured from some fans this season. I don't care what anybody says. This isn't normal. And then we have old Chadwick. He types, he says, reality TV is supposed to be fun, not a digital firing squad. Housewives fans review bombing. Housewife fans review bombing Wonderland Outdoor over Angel's Colorado trip is unhinged behavior. Every single one of these miserable people need to go touch grass. Yes, they do. So here is what they did. So the Wonderland Outdoors, okay? And this is from Brittany Kruger. Based off of what you provided the ladies on Real Housewife of Potomac, I would never use your services. How do you not know how to provide basic needs, get anyone to where they need to go, and just be a good host? I think you definitely need to attend courses in hospitality. Now, these people are, really? They're coming on here giving reviews of what they've seen off TV. You have not experienced her business. And what's the next one? It said, running water is not included That's a hard pass. Now, the house so for people who don't watch Potomac, they're on a girls' trip to Colorado. Angel lives in outside of Denver. So they had production picked out an Airbnb. Well, the Airbnb was a $1.6 million home. Well, somehow they end up having issues with the water. So the water was running intermittently, reminder or to let you know that the water was from a well. So the women did not have running water. Couldn't flush the toilets, they were putting on a lot too, but the women were kind of upset. But so it wasn't like it was her rental unit. They end up staying at the Ritz-Carlton Ritz, Four Seasons. No, I'm mixing up the show. They stayed at the Four Seasons. But anyways, so she's supposed to be like a curator of different experiences. So she had set out for the last day for these people to go fly fishing. I will say her scheduling was not good. The last day going fly fishing before you're supposed to catch a flight was kind of ridiculous. But anyways, they never got to fly fishing because they got lost. This is a TV show. These women didn't pay for an experience there. I hated that she didn't get a chance to really showcase her business in a better light. But for people to go on there because they don't like Angel, I don't think she's suited for the show, just being honest. But to go on there and make up reviews about something we just seen on TV instead of an experience they had personally, what they say is unhinged. And what's the word I learned this year from her? Angel was, she's like the reading rainbow, honey. We was learning words over there. We're building our vocabulary because she said she felt like a masochist. She said something about mercurial, and she's an empath. I'm like, okay, we're using a whole lot of big words, okay? But I would still say that she did not deserve that. No one deserved that. I have a business myself. Just because you have an experience with me, maybe online here, and don't like the shit I say, that doesn't mean you could go over there and make a review about something you've never experienced with me. These people have never even met her. Get out, touch grass, guys, or touch the snow. Go bust your ass on the ice. Do something. But don't try to ruin someone's business. That's crazy. Why? Anyways, I'm trying to think. What's all the topics we're going to talk about today? I had to force myself to get up here this evening. I'm tired. But I said, let me get up here. And so I can make sure I do my nightly lives where we would talk shit about different things, enjoy ourselves, talk about the things that are viral, and talk about just the shit that's going on, the shit that's going on. What's going on with you? What's going on with me right now? Perimenopause is just kicking my ass. That's what's going on with me. If anybody can relate, let me know. These body aches is kicking my ass. I can't go to sleep at night because my mattress, I have to get me an orthopedic mattress because it's tearing my back up now. I just kind of got over frozen shoulder. That was a thing. I never heard of it before. I'd never been 53. It actually started before I turned 53. So, yeah, I think I'll come in probably tomorrow night better prepared. I only had maybe 4 hours of sleep last night. So I said, well, I'm still going to come on and talk my shit. about the bullshit that's going on. I don't know. So we have Nicki Minaj over there kissing Trump's ring, kissing his ass, tap dancing for massa. We have ICE that is totally uncontrolled, out of control. And hopefully some things will change. But for my state, I live in Indiana. From what I understand, ICE is supposed to come here in February. I don't know how that's going to work out or what it's going to look like, especially since the guy, Alex Pretty, what happened to him. I said, but yeah, they're supposed to come here from what I understand. Let me find the video that the girl had posted. They're supposed to come here in February. They already had some bills that were passed the other day. So folks are concerned that if they're going to be coming up to the schools or whatever. My city, I guess, would be considered a blue city because we do have a Democrat mayor, which is a female, and Black. And that was a total anomaly right there. That happened on, we had a mayor that just won the election. And after the election, seems like, I don't know if he knew beforehand, but he was already our mayor. He had won a couple terms. And it seems like he ended up having stomach cancer. So after he was reelected, like his wife had passed away, I want to say like in December or January, and he passed away like in March. It was like quick because whatever he found out he had, it happened to him quickly, because like he found out about it or they announced it the next day he was in hospice, and from there he passed away. And so they had to do like whatever the rules were for the Democrats because he was a Democrat mayor. So one of the ladies that was on city council, like the council and the Democrat Party, they do their own vote because some of the Republicans was trying to jump in. They're like, no, that ain't how that works. No, this is how it works. So we end up getting a Black lady mayor. And she's like my age. It's cool, So we'll sit where I'm going to start this over. But yeah, this lady, so I don't know what's going to happen. And, it's all fun and games until the shit comes to your doorstep, and get to terrorize in your community. Let me play this.
Here in Indiana with the Speedway Slammer ICE detention center being built and the new laws being pushed through our government officials to effectively create probably the worst situation in history. Well, things just got a little more sticky as Senate Bill 76 in Indiana was just passed, basically forcing the compliance of ICE. Also finding out that ICE has just booked an entire Marriott hotel for the entire month of February. Not only does this bill force compliance with ICE from local and state government, but it also says that if you are a school or a business anywhere in Indiana that denies anything ICE, you will lose all funding federally and be subject to discipline. Not only that, it has now turned and weaponized our police officers against everyone in Indiana, stating that all police officers, if they detain someone who is under illegal immigration status, they have to hold them until an ICE agent come and pick them up. It also gives officers a piece of the same immunity that ICE agents have if they comply or they're involved in some illegal, shady activity with someone they believe not actually is an undocumented immigrant. Not only that, it says that all colleges, schools, and campuses have to comply with ICE, including giving over student information if they are suspected to be illegal and allowing them to possibly be arrested and removed from campus. if not lose all funding. Remember how I told you that everything that was going on in Minnesota was a test? Yeah, they're about to really do it in Indiana. And during Black History Month, I guess it's just a coincidence that they opened up the Speedway Slammer and passed a bill yesterday that allows nitrous oxide deaths by firing squad.
Huh. So I guess death penalty or whatever by firing squad and something else. But what I do want to say, as far as the ICE gang, thugs, the new men in sheets, the new slave catchers. Because they said the ICE to the Olympics. What the hell? But what I will say is this is a red state. So I don't know if they're going to try to come in and do like they did in Memphis. We do have a big population here of people from Burma. Excuse me. That came in, let's see, how many years ago was it? These were refugees from Burma. They came in. We got the biggest amount of them in numbers, the population of them. I mean, what they did was put them all on the southeast side of Fort Wayne. So you have people who had never been, civilized. These are people who live very third world in huts, had never seen a TV before, never seen a toilet, didn't know how to, didn't know what it was, but they were being mistreated in their country. So these different charities, they got them in, they got some kind of asylum. And I remember at one time I was having an issue with the bank. So at the time it was Wells Fargo. And I called and said, "Oh, you're from Fort Wayne. How is it there with all the Burmese?" I'm like, "What?" And he goes, "Yeah, because you guys got the biggest portion." And I know at the time there was a Wells Fargo's bank on the south side of town, southeast side. And usually when you went in there, it'd be lines of Burmese people in there, trying to take care of their banking and stuff. And I always, kind of wonder, because I remember one time the Burmese were at the laundromat and people were complaining about them because, like I said, they're very third world. They hadn't assimilated. And they would, they had a sign up there at the laundromat, "No Burmese allowed." And it was on the news. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Because some people, was agreeing. Black people was agreeing, because they were very different. They were actually peeing in the washers. They was doing some shit up in there. I don't know, but yes, they were doing things in there that was making people very upset. Even some people who I know my one of my husband's cousins, they lived next door to one, and they had to call the neighborhood code because they're used to doing things like they did in their country. So one while, I think even in an apartment complex, they went into the laundry room and cut up a deer that they found, because you get deer running around, and they gutted it. The person, parent was one of the property managers there, and so the daughter had told my cousin that they thought someone had been murdered. They didn't realize that they were cutting up the meat in there. And they were catching animals. And so, like I said, this was probably about at least 10 years ago. So now they have revoked whatever asylum they had for these people who come here from Burma. It's not like they walked over here. They went in the third world country. I don't know what they know, but they hadn't seen the TV, so they didn't know too much about the United States. Damn sure they know nothing about no Indiana. A lot of, I would say, because they, like I said, they put it predominantly on the southeast side of town. So they in the hoods. There's some of the apartments where they stuck them at, it looked like some shit you don't even recognize anymore. I mean, I said, what the hell is this? Look, it looks very third world over there. They are buying up the houses. So what they do is kind of like, each, I would say like how blacks did probably in the 50s or something when they came up to Indiana. They, all stayed together, then, saved up money and then bought houses or whatever, just like any other minority group. But they're buying up a lot of houses around there and they're buying them cash. Because I know someone that they bought her house, let her stay there a whole year, paid over the amount. And she stayed there a year, and because she ran her business out of her home, then she ended up buying another home. But yeah, that's what they're doing in that area. So they're buying the houses and those houses additions around there. But some people say, they move in the neighborhood, I'll move in, and all those kind of things. But they were already persecuted in their country. They come over here, and it's going to happen again. Because like I said, and I think a lot of the younger Burmese kids, they go to school with the black kids and everything. And honey, my mom goes because she used to teach at some of the schools where those a lot of the Burmese kids, she said, they ain't scared of no black kid. I said, no, these kids was out in the jungle or whatever kind of habitat, there was survival of the fittest. So they ain't scared of them. No, they over there goes, they fight a lot. Yeah, they're not scared, to fight with the kids. They get, and shoot, some of them was breaking it. I mean, each group of people, you have fighters, the good ones, the bad ones, the thief, and you have that with all kind of people. So they doing all those things along with everybody else. But like I say, they're saturated in one side of town. Now, we had the when the Afghans came here, I don't know where they went to. I can tell you where Afghan was. But they put all of them people on the south side of town in one area. They didn't just spread them out through the community. No, they put them in one area. So I don't know, people are nervous about it. I had one of the ladies come out that I have a government contract with, and they were talking about it because, hey, if this is really coming here for real, what are we to do with, are they going to be coming to like daycares, preschools, schools, trying to, but I think since what happened in Minnesota, I just don't know, they getting, Republicans are getting a lot of backlash from that. So hopefully everything, tamps down, so, RIP to the lady, Miss Good, Renee Good, and Alex Pretty, because they didn't have to be. And Trump made a big deal about, hey, I hate that, like basically Miss Good was radicalized, but her parents were fans of mine. They were Trump fans. I'm like, you stupid asshole. But imagine voting for a guy that's pretty much responsible for the behavior of why your daughter met her demise. That is crazy as hell. Crazy. That is crazy. I know them parents got to be kicking themselves in the ass Because you would have voted for Kamala Harris, your daughter would probably still be here. Straight facts. She damn sure wouldn't have been killed by no ICE people. So that's my messy little rant for tonight. So hopefully during Black History Month, and we don't have no random crazy shit happening to anyone, let alone anybody black. And like I said, and y'all want to protest ICE, black people stay on the sidelines, don't get out there, because you are the target. You are the target. Support in other ways. I show the videos, I share videos, I do all that kind of stuff. But I have not, now I've been to protests. I went to the march on Washington back in 2020 about the get your foot off my neck or knee off my neck with Al Sharpton. And there was a lot of people there, very diverse group, a lot of blacks, a lot of whites. I mean, it was a lot of, and I was amazed at it. It was something nice to see. We met a nice white family from Chicago that we hung out with. But black people stay out of this shit right here, because we always on the front line. And we don't need to be brutalized or none of that kind of shit. Because somebody said it best. It's white privilege versus white supremacy. And they're headed at each other, But white supremacy don't care. They don't care. They don't care. They do what they do. They took out a white woman, and now they took out a white man. And them senators like, oh, wait a minute, hold up. This don't look good. So a lot of those Republican senators got something to say. And Marjorie Taylor Greene said it best. Imagine if this happened under Biden. Biden had his goons out here acting like these ICE fools are. And a protester that has the right to bear arms has his weapon holstered that was brutally taken out for no reason, basically. What would you tread on me, motherfucker, say? What would you say? Y'all would lose your hats. Y'all would go ape shit crazy. I remember when Obama was in and we had the Tea Party, they were over there protesting, not far from the dang old White House, and they had all their weapons with them. Said it's their right. It's their right. But these motherfuckers here, even Trump said, oh, well, he had a weapon. You shouldn't bring a weapon to a protest. What? So the NRA even said something. Black people, keep your ass out of protests. You damn sure better not go down there with no gun. We not getting that same privilege. No. And I remember when we went to the March on Washington, and I would say those police down there in Washington, D.C., the ones I saw, they look like RoboCops. I'm not even gonna lie. They were all really tall. I said, I don't like these fat ass police officers around here. They were all really tall, like robotic. I mean, the ones I saw, because we went to the McDonald's. My mom got nervous. She's like, I didn't come down here to go to jail. I was like, we didn't go to jail. It was kind of, it was a march. There were thousands and thousands. I think they said it was about 100,000 people there. We not come down here. We came to do good travel. We ain't coming out here to do nothing crazy. So, but after seeing what happened to George Floyd, I was just moved to actually do something. Do something. You just, and then we just see these people are taken out in the same city. I don't know. So that is my rant on this administration that is ran by a 34 felon. You got 34 felonies there. Not one, not two, but 34. Hell, you can't been charged and got one felony and get a halfway decent job probably now. He got 34 and he's the president. 47. And he's supposed to be an SA offender too. So, people that commit crimes, they don't give a fuck. Everything everybody else do is criminal, but nothing they do is criminal. So, y'all watch out, be careful, be safe, stay warm. And I'm going to get on off of here. Thank you for joining me for late night talk, so we going to talk at night. So it's night talk, uncensored. And I feel like my computer is moving slow. We're going to get that together. But, I said, let me get up here and say I got to get my show going. So I thank you for you guys' time. You guys have a great evening. It is almost tomorrow. So y'all have a great evening and thank you for your time. Like, share, and subscribe. Please comment. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. Good night.